You're listening to the John and Heidi Show, now featuring the wit and wisdom of Dan Farris.
Okay, dudes, let's walk this sucker.
On Sunny 93.3.
It's the John and Heidi Show bonus hour with Dan Farris, brought to you in part by HauntedSiouxFalls.com. Ooh. Take it away, Dan.
So stupid.
Kind of nailed that one.
I'm pretty sure that's what everyone was expecting.
Pretty good. That's
Yeah.
the highlight
We're
of this.
off to a good start.
Highlight of this particular segment. Birthdays today. Who hasn't read something by this guy or seen the movies? Stephen King.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
74 today. Got to say, love the Gunslinger series. Loved it.
Oh, yeah.
I loved Pet Sematary.
So many
Awesome.
things.
Yep.
That is so interesting you say that because later on, in just minutes, we're going to be talking about Pet Sematary.
Really?
I know.
What are the odds?
Things are just clicking here. I don't.
It's a good day.
I don't trust this. Larry Hagman.
Oh, yeah.
Remember J.R. Ewing?
Yes,
Dallas,
I was just going to say Dallas.
Major Anthony Nelson, and I Dream of Jeannie.
Yeah. Oh, I loved that show so
Larry,
much.
man, it's been that long. Larry Hagman shed his mortal coil all the way back in 2012 already.
Wow.
Holy cow. Bill Murray is 71 today.
Love him, too.
Still getting it done. And let's see, 1937, J.R.R. Tolkien's The Hobbit is published. London.
I've not read that.
Yeah, they're pretty good. 1970, Monday Night Football premieres on ABC. It was a game changer. It really, really was. And I mean, it took off huge. In the booth, Howard Cosell.
Yeah.
It just kept... Howard Cosell was basically a West Coast Jewish lawyer. Then he started calling fights, going ringside in fights, and he and Muhammad Ali became really good buddies.
Yeah.
Muhammad would just pick on him constantly, trying to pull his toupee off and stuff. And then somebody went, "Oh, I put Howard in an NFL game booth. That makes zero sense," but it worked, along with Don Meredith and originally Keith Jackson. Keith Jackson would be replaced the following year, of course, by Frank Gifford.
Oh, yeah.
In case you're wondering, the Cleveland Browns beat the Jets 31-21 this day in 1970, Monday night. And it was 1995, and I bet you guys know where you were because everybody knows where they were when this happened. The Hindu milk miracle occurs.
What?
What are you laughing about?
I do not have any idea where I was.
It's a Hindu milk miracle. Nothing to laugh about.
Come on, Heidi.
This day in 1995, before dawn, a worshiper at the temple in South New Delhi made an offering of milk to the statue of Ganesha. That's the elephant-faced
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Sure.
little Hindu deity there. When a spoonful of milk from the bowl was held up to the trunk of the statue, the liquid disappeared.
Holy
Oh.
cow.
Word
goodness.
spread all over India. By mid-morning, it was found that statues of the entire Hindu pantheon in temples all over India were taking in milk.
What? There's no way that is accurate.
The Hindu milk miracle.
Come on, Heidi.
All right.
Heidi, I'm not here to just say stuff.
You kind of
Sometimes.
are.
Sometimes I am. Why would I make this up?
Okay. I don't know.
You can't. It went on, and it's never happened again. But, yeah, you can read all about it. I would imagine Ken Burns is going to do a documentary on this on PBS.
I doubt it.
In black and white.
It'd be cool if he did.
Talk pretty somber. So, well, there you go. I know. You know. And you can take that milk miracle to the bank, Heidi.
Absolutely, you can.
Yeah, we can
Don't-
just move
Don't
on
you
here.
dare not agree with what he's saying.
All right.
Dan, thanks for that, sir.
Thanks, Dan.
Oh, yeah.
I
I'm feeling
appreciate it.
a little abused here.
Even if Heidi doesn't, I appreciate it. It's the John and Heidi Show bonus hour with Dan Farris, brought to you in part by HauntedSiouxFalls.com.
In the past year, did you find yourself drinking more often? The stress of the last year had that effect on many people. If you're struggling to get back to normal and get the booze out of your daily routine, there is help. TimeForRehab.com would love to help you find the best option for you. There are many different programs. TimeForRehab.com will do our best to match you up with the program that will work best for your needs. Learn more at TimeForRehab.com. We want to help. TimeForRehab.com. That's TimeForRehab.com.
And now stuff Dan finds interesting.
It is time for Stuff Dan Finds Interesting. And Dan, what do you find interesting on this fine Tuesday?
Well, Stephen King's birthday today.
Okay.
Yeah,
Heidi's a fan of a Pet Cemetery,
I am.
which did get turned into a movie, didn't it?
It did.
Sure did.
It was an excellent movie.
That stuff can happen. And I did not know this, but there is a pet cemetery within spit distance of Sioux Falls here.
Really?
I
that?
did not know
I
this.
didn't know that
I did
either.
not know this. If you're into that kind of thing. Pets, and quite frankly, I've had lots of pets over the years, and I just kind of take care of that on my own when it becomes time, and it's always sad, but I figure, well, I took the responsibility of having the pet, so I'm going to help it check out if that's what it takes.
Yeah.
But I understand this place has been around for years, actually. If you want to say goodbye and you want something super official, it's called Forever Friends Pet Cemetery, just a dozen miles or so south of Sioux Falls on 279th Street, just west of I-29 at the Worthing and Lenox exit.
I had no idea. I'll have to go and...
And as far as products being offered, services and everything else, apparently it's got the whole deal going on for your deceased pets, burials, cremations, chapel services, memorials. I mean, the whole thing.
That's cool.
I have no idea about pricing and all that kind of thing, but I didn't know. And I tried to find,
Do they have a gift shop?
maybe, I don't know. But some people, what's kind of big these days too, people taxiderming their pets.
Yeah, that to me is just a bit too out there.
Kind of,
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
the question I had is, can you bury a pet in city limits, like in your own backyard?
I think you can.
think you
People
can.
do.
I looked that up, and all I could find was rules and regulations for livestock, which was pretty great, which is
Yeah.
pretty simple. Kind of makes me want to get a herd of cattle
Have a whole herd of cattle buried in your yard.
so I can take them down. Yeah,
Who's poking up out of the backyard?
yeah. You shouldn't do it within like 1,000 feet of aquifer, stuff like that.
Okay.
There are rules and regulations, so I guess I don't know. But yeah, Forever Friends Pet Cemetery, just south of here. And I found that a little bit interesting.
Yeah, me too.
And
Very
I can see why.
interesting.
That is why we refer to this as Stuff Dan Finds Interesting. I'm John with a fun comparison. Some puppies are purebred and they cost more. Others are more affordable. And then there are free puppies. Nobody really knows where they come from, but they're free. In the advertising world, it's like that too. There are some super expensive ways to advertise if you can afford it. And there are some free things you've probably tried, but those dogs rarely work. Radio is kind of like that middle puppy. Affordable, will snuggle with you, and hopefully not pee on the rug. Radio advertising. Super affordable, a great investment, and man's best friend. Try it and let BetterResultsAdvertising.com bring your message to life. Time now for your morning coffee break, brought to you by Kaladi's Bistro on the corner of 26th and Minnesota Avenue in Sioux Falls. Dan Farris back with us right now. What do you have? Is it something cool?
Back in the air chair.
Is it something worth listening to?
The air chair. Slave it over a hot turntable. 2 for Tuesday coming at you. Hey, call now, operator Steady Bell. Take your request. We'll get it on. We'll get it on for you. What day just made you winner? Let's see here. What are we in, week 2 or week 3 of the new school year?
Oh gosh, I don't even know.
Right here?
Our
Well-
kids aren't in school anymore, so I really don't pay any attention.
Isn't it great?
I know, it really kind of is.
Or the whole thing.
It is kind of nice to just be oblivious once in a
Pretty
while.
awesome. It really, really is. Well, kids, they're trendy. They do stuff. Things catch on. And this is all over the country. And now it's hit Sioux Falls School District, warning parents about an online challenge. Online challenge. That is literally getting kids into trouble at school and with police. Last week, email went out to parents cautioning them of the very real challenges on TikTok. It's either called the bathroom challenge or the devious lick challenge that has school kids stealing items from their schools, causing damage to property in schools, and then posting about it online.
Oh, that's fantastic. Yeah, because
Gosh darn
that's
it.
smart.
Back in the day, we used to call that evidence.
Yeah.
So what does that say about our public school system?
Exactly.
Our kids' brains
That's
are in that
exactly
direction.
right.
Hey, let's bust up the bathroom.
And then
but we're
post
going
it.
to post it. Come on.
Yeah, it's not the
I am
smartest.
so disappointed in today's youth.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
It's just something else. Here's a quote here. Here's one went out. We have become aware of a concerning trend that has turned up in our schools. Challenge on the social media platform, TikTok, blah, 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 encouraging kids steal or destroy something at school, then post a picture of the item they've stolen or broken as their trophy.
Yeah.
Several schools in Sioux Falls and across the country are noting this concerning behavior. Students are indeed facing discipline if caught. Theft, vandalism have school consequences, include suspensions, yada, yada, yada. Cases will also be referred to police for charges. So please, talk to your children, Mom and Dad. Yeah. That would be awesome. You know, it may have, in retrospect, it may have been a mistake convincing him to stop eating Tide Pods.
I mean, when you step back and really think about it, we could have avoided this whole mess.
Show of hands. Anybody else fear for the nation?
Yeah, exactly.
Love it.
Exactly.
That's what's going on. All right, there you have it.
All right. Thank you, Dan. Sure thing. It is the John and Heidi Show bonus hour with Dan Farris, brought to you in part by HauntedSiouxFalls.com.
Ooh.
Many new students sign up for credit cards that are not very good. Have a conversation about how to properly use credit so they don't learn this lesson the hard way. At BetterCreditCards.com, we have credit cards that offer different things for different people. Want one that offers points? We have those. Want a card to help you build credit? We have those too. BetterCreditCards.com is designed to help you get a better credit card. See if we can help you find a better credit card at BetterCreditCards.com.
Time now for a bright spot of news brought to you by Paul's Designer Showroom on Lake Lorraine in Sioux Falls. They can brighten any room with a beautiful light fixture, and we are going to brighten your day right now with some positive news. And today we're going to visit with Becky Rasmussen, and she is with Call to Freedom. She's the executive director there. Becky, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. Thank you for having us today, John.
We are excited to visit with you because you do some amazing things, but let's talk about how did Call to Freedom get its start?
Yeah, we became a 501c3 in January of 2016, and Call to Freedom began with simply volunteers. You know, we didn't have a lot of money. We're so grateful to this community for all of their support and just really hit the ground running. So we worked with volunteers for about a year and a half before we actually did paid staff within that time frame. And now we have 21 staff that are paid doing this work. And we are working in systems to provide services to youth, to adults, to families. We have a housing project. Those that are victimized by human trafficking actually can come live with us, called Marissa's Housing Project, and they can live with us from 6 months to 2 years. We've learned in that program with the 7 units that are efficiency apartments that there are a lot of survivors of human trafficking that have families, and the family is really what keeps them motivated. A lot of times in trafficking situations, individuals are stripped of their identity, their integrity, their self-motivation. It's just a form of control that traffickers use. And a lot of times they work on their recovery process simply because of their children and offering their children a better life. So our new housing project that we're working with collaborative with community partners will be 12 units. It'll have 3 bedrooms, 2 bedrooms, and a rest efficiency apartments, so we can keep the families together and really work with the survivors to parent how to have healthy lifestyles. Our team, I can't, everybody's kind of biased, but I have the best team, really great employees that are doing this work and really making Call to Freedom look good, because survivors right now are referring survivors. 2020, we had nearly 200 new survivors walk through the doors, victims to survivorhood, through the doors of Call to Freedom last year alone. And so we're seeing more and more as we also train communities. I have several trainers that go out and equip first responders to be able to identify human trafficking. So we're doing a lot of different work, but our primary services is to offer supportive services to those victimized by human trafficking. January
is National Human Trafficking Awareness Month, but this is a problem that lasts throughout the year, isn't it?
Oh, well, there is no... Trafficking has been happening. Human trafficking has been happening for many years. We've just never identified it. 2002 was the first time it went into federal legislation. They identified that individuals were abused of force, fraud, or coercion to exploit them for either sex or labor. And we've really just started talking about human trafficking. We've just really started equipping first responders, law enforcement to serve and to identify human trafficking victims. So it doesn't have a one face. It happens and is facilitated in many different ways. And, I say, well, if you're vulnerable, traffickers, will connect, even if you're a good Christian family or, you may be homeless or have addictions. They look for different vulnerabilities through different victims. And it's really the demand side that dictates that. So if a demand wants a certain type of product or girl or boy, that's what the trafficker gets. So it doesn't have one way that is facilitated, nor does it have one victim or perpetrator that you can really identify as a fit for trafficking. So it comes in many different forms.
If somebody would like help, or if they would like to help, they go to the same website, CallToFreedom.org?
Yes, that is correct. You can fill out a form if you are somebody who's in a trafficking situation and you don't have access to a phone, or you do have access for a phone. CallToFreedom.org has all of that information on there that you can reach out for help. And then also, if anybody in the community wants to get involved, volunteer, or be a part of the solution and get involved, that's all on our website as well.
Again, the website, once again, calltofreedom.org. Thank you so much for all that you do, Becky, and thank you for your time today as well.
Thank you so much for having us. We appreciate your efforts in this, and it is a community coming together, so thank you, John, for being a part of that.
Absolutely. Again, the website, once again, if you'd like more information, calltofreedom.org.
Merry Christmas! Oh, you're not ready for that yet. How about Happy Halloween? At WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com, we help you get ready for all of the fun holidays throughout the year with funny, silly, and just plain weird gift ideas for your friends. If you have a friend who has a bizarre sense of humor, we have a gift idea for them. WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com posts a link to something that will make you smile each and every day, whether you buy these weird gifts or not. It's worth checking out, just for a smile. WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com. That's WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com.
Time now for the newsiest news we do. It's time for news. Dan Farris.
Let's see, wearing out the shoe leather, smacking my fist on desk, demanding answers, spanning the globe for all the news it is. Let's see here. Taliban running rampant, still Afghanistan. Ooh, bad Korea wants to blow up good Korea. Congressional hearings, looking for truth, finding none. Senate hearings, looking for truth, finding none. Here we go. Here we go. Another sure sign of fall, John and Heidi. Just like the cooler temps, Halloween stuff on store shelves, and footballs flying through the air. Following their bigger is better vibe, the massive pumpkin pies have landed back at Costco.
Oh.
Hey, these bad boys pack over a foot in diameter and weigh in at north of 3 pounds. Little downside, though. Like just about everything else, price
It's gone up.
Price's giant pie has gone up. Past several years, you could buy that mound of sweet pumpkin goodiness for just $5.99. You want to cart one of those out the door today? It's going to be $6.99.
Okay.
Still quite a bargain, though.
Still is a bar. Yeah.
When you consider, because that's a 3+ pound pumpkin pie. On the other hand, it's going to take about 9 pounds of Cool Whip to choke it down. So.
That's true. And I'm sure price of Cool Whip has gone up, too. Yeah. It's just a vicious cycle.
I actually didn't know they did giant stuff. My first trip to Costco was with my son-in-law way back in the day, 2013, as a matter of fact, in Prescott, Arizona. And shopping around, I went back to where the food is, and I went, hey, look at this pot pie.
You've seen this pot pie?
What is this on steroids? What is this? And it was so big and hilarious, I bought one.
Yeah.
John likes that.
And we paired it with a Caesar salad, and I got to tell you what, that was some tasty eats right there.
It's enough to feed a family of 12.
So, yeah, just thought I'd share that. Should we take a look at sports? Yes, we should. Brought to you by Hockey Headquarters, located in the Sanford Sports Complex right there on North Hercules Avenue. Exhibition event. This is going to be huge, you guys, to be held inside, listen to this, pay attention, the L.A. Coliseum. That's a sport. They play football and stuff there. Okay. Coming up February of next year, NASCAR is doing it. They're bringing racing action to their fans in a key market. They're actually going to run a NASCAR race inside the Coliseum.
What?
Yes.
How do you do that?
Well, let me
you
read on, John.
Are they going to use go-karts?
The race, dubbed The Clash, will kick off the 2022 slate. It's going to air on where else? Fox. Comes just 2 weeks before the official season opener, the Daytona 500, and just a week before Super Bowl 56. Entire new quarter-mile track is going to be built in the Coliseum.
Wow.
Interesting.
The result being the first NASCAR race inside a stadium since one held in 1956
What did they?
at Chicago's Soldier Field.
What happened there where they decided, yeah, we should never do that again?
Everybody died of fume.
Well, this ain't going to be cheap, and it's going to take a lot of effort, but they're going to pull it off. And the goal is going through all that trouble, according to Benny Kennedy, Vice President of Strategic Initiatives for NASCAR, said, is to bring some fans outside the track to sample our sport. Well, Benny, from where I sit, it's Los Angeles, and unless you're planning on running Priuses, expect some mostly peaceful protests.
That could be.
From the sunny 93.3 News Desk, I'm Dan Farris, reminding you, it's news to me. Hey, thanks for watching. Good night, everybody.
In the past year, did you find yourself drinking more often? The stress of the last year had that effect on many people. If you're struggling to get back to normal and get the booze out of your daily routine, there is help. TimeForRehab.com would love to help you find the best option for you. There are many different programs. TimeForRehab.com will do our best to match you up with the program that will work best for your needs. Learn more at TimeForRehab.com. We want to help. TimeForRehab.com. That's TimeForRehab.com.
Here's your Market Beat Minute for Tuesday, September 21st, 2021. Equity markets fell hard on Monday, with the S&P 500 down more than 2.5% at the low of the day. The move was caused by a growing worry of economic slowdown that was amplified by a new crisis in Asia. Chinese real estate firm Evergrande is on the verge of defaulting on $300 billion in debt and could cause a ripple effect throughout the global economy. As bad as the news is from China, it's the FOMC that the U.S. traders are most concerned about. The pace of consumer-level inflation cooled off a bit over the past month, but remains high and suggests the Fed could issue a hawkish statement on Wednesday. The risk for the market is Wednesday's statement could be more hawkish than expected and send the market moving even lower. You can get the inside track from Wall Street's brightest minds delivered directly to your inbox every day at MarketBeatMinute.com.